I thought I'd show you a little of what my sentence entails. I'm ordered to do a fair amount of weekly community service that's somehow related to my alleged crime. One service involves reading bedtime stories to kids. It helps put them at ease, and simultaneously puts me in their good graces. It also allows me to correct some historical inaccuracies. Hey kids, do you know what a conspiracy theory is? A conspiracy theory is an explanation for a traumatic event that rejects the conventional narrative, instead dubiously crediting the cause to sinister, mysterious forces. Let's read one. Do you know this story?
Little Red Riding Hood!
That's right! This is a conspiracy theory that attributes all the bad experiences of Little Red and her grandma to a wolf. Would you like to hear a modern version or the original? Okay, original it is. Es war einmal eine kleine süße Dirne. What's the matter? You don't understand German? Let's do a modern version then. There once was a little girl named Little Red Riding Hood, whose grandmother was very ill. She lived on the opposite side of a deep, dark forest. One day, Little Red's mother gave her a basket of goodies to take to her grandma to lift her spirits. Stay on the path, she cautioned, and don't talk to strangers. Little Red set off through the forest, where she came upon a wolf.
You mean the big bad wolf?
Actually, the story only says wolf. Big Bad is a misquote that became a traditionally accepted descriptor. But I digress. Where are you going, young lady? Asked the wolf. To my grandma's house at the other end of the forest, said Little Red. She is sick and I'm bringing her some goodies to cheer her up. Oh, your poor grandmother, said the wolf. Hurry along, but be careful. The forest can be very dangerous. Now, kids, what did the wolf say to Little Red?
He asked where she was going and told her to be careful.
That's right. He was looking out for her. Red continued on the path, but the wolf, who knew a quicker way, ran to Grandma's house first, barged in, ate her up in one gulp, put her pajamas on, and climbed into bed. Now, let's examine the credibility of this story. First of all, if Red continued on the path, who is left to give an account of the wolf?
Her grandma!
Exactly. And what do we know about Grandma's health?
She's sick.
Correct. Now, are we told what she's sick with? Is it a fever? A tummy ache? Or could it be that she has some kind of illness or medication that causes her to hallucinate? Let's see if this makes sense. Just then, Red arrived. Grandma, she said upon seeing the wolf in disguise. What big eyes you have! The better to see you with, my dear, the wolf replied. And what big ears you have, Red said. The better to hear you with, my dear. And Grandma, what big teeth you have. The better to eat you with, my dear, said the wolf, and lunged out of bed to devour her. So, kids, whose name does Red speak in this conversation?
Grandma! Grandma!
Yes, and if Grandma's illness plays tricks on her mind, wouldn't it be possible that this is actually Grandma the whole time, imagining herself to be a wolf and then devouring her granddaughter?
Maybe?
Of course it is. Now get this. Red screamed as the wolf gobbled her up whole and then settled in for a nap. Did you catch that? Who settled in for a nap?
The wolf?
Or was it Little Red Riding Hood? This sentence has very different implications for the rest of the story, depending on who the subject is. Now, the rest of the story allegedly takes place after this nap. Spoiler alert! A woodsman comes by and rescues them, they fill the wolf with rocks, and he walks off to find a drugstore for gastrointestinal relief. But since this takes place after Little Red has been cooped up in what I'm suggesting is actually Grandma's tummy for an undetermined length of time, isn't it possible that Little Red dreamt the whole ending before she woke up? A logical explanation is that Little Red had this dream about a woodsman's rescue. Grandma spit up Little Red, then when she came to, this vivid dream resolved the whole situation. Grandma escapes all the blame, and the poor kindly wolf Red had met in the forest is only too easy a target. So, kid, now do you understand what a conspiracy theory is? Do you see how you can't trust fairy tales for the truth? Do you have any questions?
Yeah, one. How could Grandma gobble up Little Red Riding Hood whole?
Look at that. It's way past your bedtime. Good night. Hey, do you need a bedtime story read to you? Let me know in the comments if you've got a favorite that you suspect may have been told to you inaccurately, and I'll look into it. In the meantime, why don't you click the little red subscribe button